You know, it is very, very important for you guys to understand life happens in moments. And every moment, you can at least some of them spend it in mindfulness. Even if you're drinking tea and you're fully focused and present with the tea, the aroma, the taste, and the moment with no thoughts, just focusing on experiencing that tea. These are mindful moments, which is similar to meditation. And the reason I say that, because meditation is of most importance, in life. If you cannot understand the importance of meditation, you're way behind the eight ball. And perhaps I'll take a moment and speak about this before we go on, because I believe it's something that you guys must focus on. Let me just figure out, and I have certain notes that I would like to share with you on this very important matter, which I know most people in the world just don't take it seriously. Are you guys ready? Are you interested? Just say yes if you are. I want to see if you guys, we're going to try to make it as democratic as possible. So if you want to know about the secrets of the reasons beyond what I have explained, what it does for the mind and so on and so forth, but in scientific way, are you interested? Say yes. Sounds good. All right, good. Let's hit it. All right, check this out, guys. I'm going to explain to you certain things, but perhaps I will read the article for you that I will not miss anything. Because when I get talking, I might go different tangents and explain a little bit more than necessary. We'll go for half an hour. So I want to quickly discuss it. Study reveals how your brain deals with unwanted thoughts. Isn't that interesting? And we were dealing with unwanted thoughts, intrusive thoughts, transient thoughts, negative thoughts through the videos I made, about 19 of them lately. But here it is, something that is over and beyond. This is an article which is based on researchers done by, I guess we'll get to it as we go through it here somewhere. The article says, our brain continuously spins out thoughts, whether we want it or not. When unwanted thoughts keep occurring, despite our efforts to control them, they feed a cycle of rumination that's at the heart of the depression and anxiety disorder. New research shows what's going on in the brain when those unwanted thoughts occur, and why some brains are better at controlling them than others. Most research has focused on the brain's executive control center, the prefrontal cortex, as the area responsible for managing thoughts, both the directed kind and the persistent intrusive kind. The latest research took a different approach by looking to the brain's memory region for answers. Participants completed a task known as the think/no-think procedure, in which they learned a series of paired but unassociated words like roach and ordeal, or moss and north. They were then presented with either a green or red signal while being shown one of the words. When the signal was green, they were asked to recall the paired word. When it was red, they were asked to stop themselves from recalling it. While this was happening, the research team analyzed the participants' brain with a combination of fMRI, brain imaging, and magnetic resonance spectroscopy, which measures chemical changes. Check this out. The results showed that concentration of the neurotransmitter GABA, GABA, in the hippocampus, a brain area central to memory, made all the difference as to whether someone was able to manage the unwanted thoughts from materializing. GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter that maintains balance in the brain by decreasing activity in neurons triggered by excitatory neurotransmitters. We already knew that GABA levels are central to anxiety condition, and now it appears they also play a significant role in how well we're able to manage intrusive thoughts. What's exciting about this is that now we are getting very specific, said Professor Michael Anderson from the University of Cambridge, who led this study. Before, we could only say this part of the brain acts on that part. But now we can say which neurotransmitters are likely important, and as a result, infer the role of inhibitory neurons in enabling us to stop unwanted thoughts. Isn't that amazing? And that's what happens I'm going to tell you what after this article. So it continues, says, while this study wasn't focused on identifying treatments, knowing the role of GABA plays in thought management could point to more effective treatment for anxiety, depression, and other conditions. Most of the focus has been on improving functioning of the prefrontal cortex, Professor Anderson said. But our study suggests that if you could improve GABA activity within the hippocampus, this may help people to stop unwanted and intrusive thoughts. But before you think about taking GABA supplements to fortify thoughts management, keep in mind that there is very little evidence that those supplements pass the blood-brain barrier to deliver benefits, nor are they in a form that the brain can use even if they could make it through. There is, however, an evidence-based reason to believe that the high-fat diet decreases GABA concentration in the prefrontal cortex and hippocampus. The study was published in the journal Nature Communications, and of course the rest of it is just about the Google and all that. So now the question comes, is there any other way, now that we can't necessarily know what percentage of GABA can actually reach into the brain cells, and now that we know GABA neurotransmitter helps with quieting down the activities of the neurons in the brain, what else do you think is there for us to actually materialize and increase GABA in the brain in order to have more tranquility, more control, and more ability to manage intrusive thoughts, which hits every single human being on this earth? And the ones who simply cannot manage it well, it end up having a looping effect which distracts and distorts the quality of life. And another article here explains 7 wonderful reasons, which I'm going to put the link here for you guys to read it, and I'll just skim through it for you. The happy neurotransmitter, how meditation boosts serotonin. Of our approximately 86 billion brain cells, most all are influenced by serotonin, known by many scientists as the happy neurotransmitters. Serotonin is key to helping relay signals from one part of the brain to another. This crucial chemical has a profound impact on our mood, contributing greatly to our overall state of well-being. And guess what helps to promote this? According to Princeton brain research Barry Jacob, PhD, depression sets in when fewer and fewer new brain cells are created, when stress and age being the leading trigger. Thankfully, depression sufferers don't need to submit to a diminished quality of life. There is a highly effective all-natural solution. University of Montreal scientist Peru Link et al. Have shown that activities like mindfulness have a direct impact on the brain's production of serotonin levels. It is thought that meditation bathes neurons with an array of feel-good chemicals, effectively melting away the stress that leads to low serotonin level and depression. In the end, meditation's serotonin replenishing effect works to create a utopian. Sorry about that. In the end, meditation's serotonin replenishing effect works to create a utopian chemical environment for the production of new brain cells, making you a happier and healthier person. How about that, guys? Number 2, stress hormones. How meditation reduces cortisol. Cortisol, a major age-accelerating hormone, is the one chemical where less is better. When we are stressed, our bodies produce cortisol and adrenaline in abundance. This is normal, a natural product of our evolution. However, over the long term, the chemical cocktail present when under chronic stress is not normal and can tear your body down, destroying healthy muscles and bones, blocking the creation of good hormones, eventually leading to anxiety, depression, increased blood pressure, brain fog, insomnia, inflammation, the list goes on and on. Clearly, too much of this stress hormone is really bad news for your overall physical health. Luckily, scientists have found a very powerful solution. In 2013, researchers at UC Davis discovered a very powerful connection between mindfulness and cortisol, with remarkable results seen within only a few short weeks. In fact, another study by Rutgers University, a doctor discovered that meditators have a nearly 50% reduction in cortisol level. As many scientists claim cortisol to be public enemy number 1, meditation is always on call, ready to save the day. How about that, guys? You're hearing this? These are important. And number 3 article says the longevity molecule, how meditation boosts DHEA. Best known by researchers as the longevity molecule and stress counter puncher, DHEA is one of the most important hormones in the body. As we get older, our DHEA level decreases year after year, opening us up to disease and acceleration aging. Doctors have measured DHEA levels to find a patient's psychological, which is true age in their mind, a far more accurate health marker than age in years. In fact, a 12-year study of 240 men, 50 to 79 years old, found that DHEA levels were directly linked to mortality. The researchers' findings were simply yet impactful. The researchers' findings were simple yet impactful. the less DHEA you have, the fewer years you have left. Luckily, meditation provides a dramatic boost in DHEA hormones level. Dr. Vincent Giampapa, MD, former president of the American Board of Anti-Aging Medicine and current prominent longevity researcher, discovered that meditation practitioners have an incredible 43.77% more DHEA over everybody else's. Is meditation the fountain of youth? Many scientists think so. How about that, guys? Isn't that amazing? And now, for the star of the show, the calm chemical, how meditation boosts what? What, guys? We just read on the first report, GABA. For intrusive thoughts, depression, and anxiety that we talked about in that article, here it is, the calm chemical, how meditation boosts GABA, neurotransmitter. Best known for making you feel calm, GABA, gamma aminobutyric acid, gamma aminobutyric acid, is one of the major inhibitory neurotransmitters in your central nervous system. Anyone with an addiction, including alcohol, drug, tobacco, caffeine, and food, all have one thing in common: lack of GABA. Not having enough of this super important chemical can create an array of problems, including anxiety, nervousness, racing thoughts, and sleeplessness. Luckily, there is an effective solution. Guess what? In 2010, psychiatrists at the Boston University School of Medicine found a 27% increase in GABA level after only 60 minutes of mindful exercises, proven even more effective than physical exercise. Researchers were quite surprised by the more powerful than exercise finding. But meditation has been practiced over the millennia for very good reason. Visiting this super effective neuron soothing state every day during meditation can effectively melt away an anxiety and addiction you may carry, clearing the path for your highest potential to be realized. And these are the things that we never knew, but we were practicing meditation all those years. The ones who have, the whole world, the elders, ancient people. Number 5, the natural high. How meditation boosts endorphins. How meditation boosts endorphins. Responsible for the all-encompassing sense of happiness, we sometimes feel endorphins are a category of neurotransmitters that the body uses as an internal painkiller. A 1995 study, Harty et al., published in the Biological Psychology journal, tested the neurochemical release of two groups, 11 elite runners and 12 highly trained meditators, after running and meditation, respectively. So let's see. It's a 1995 study, Harty et al., published in the Biological Psychology journal, tested the neurochemical release of two groups, 11 elite runners and 12 highly trained meditators, after running and meditation, respectively. What did they find? Both groups' endorphin levels were greatly elevated. Perhaps even more amazing, meditations, feel-good effect, scored even higher than the running. Joggers have coined the term runner's high to describe how wonderful the endorphin rush feels after a nice long run. This happy, zen-like, alert state of bliss can be a powerful and highly pleasurable experience, going a long way to explain why so many runners are addicted to their sport. Luckily, this wonderful mind state is readily found through meditation. Maybe it is time for meditators to come up with a cool phrase for how good they feel after meditation. And we are getting almost to the end of it, so be patient. There's 2 more articles, and I'm going to read them for you. The Fountain of Youth, number 6, The Fountain of Youth, How Meditation Boosts Growth Hormones. Since the dawn of time, man has sought out the elusive fountain of youth. While most people today no longer believe in miraculous stay young forever potions like our ancestors once did, growth hormones, GH, is making a very strong case as the key to turning back the hands of time. Growth hormones stimulate growth during childhood and sustains our tissues and organs today. Starting in your 40s, your pituitary glands are pea-sized. The pea-sized structure at the base of your brain, where growth hormone is produced, gradually decrease in amount. It gradually decreases the amount of GH it creates. The body diminishing supply of growth hormone causes the virility that comes with aging, weaker bones and muscles, increased body fat, poor heart conditions, bad mood, lack of motivation, and fatigue. With so many benefits to our overall health and well-being, it is easy to understand why movie stars spend $10,000 a year taking GH, but you don't need to be a millionaire to beat Father Time. The key state where our brain releases the most growth hormones, delta, is a key brainwave frequency found during both meditation and the deepest stage of sleep. Perhaps meditators naturally elevate growth hormones level. Perhaps meditators naturally elevated growth hormones levels are why they tend to look so young and healthy. Scientists seem to think so. Sessions by session, meditation effectively turns back the clock. And the last of the articles that I want to have the pleasure of reading it for you is the importance of sleep, which we talked about in one of my videos, How to Delete Your Memory, and the importance of sleep was mentioned in there. As you know, when you sleep, the possibility comes to be for the glial cells to go and find the marked neurons that are being dormant and not being used to destroy them, and in that way you will not be good at something that you don't want to be good at when you leave them be and not pay attention to them. So here, number 7 article, The Sleep Molecule, How Meditation Boosts Melatonin, says, since the beginning of time, our biological clocks have been dedicated by Earth's natural cycle of light and dark. In recent decades, in an effort to become a 24-hour per day, a super productive society, modern man has been experimenting with shorter nights and longer days. This unbalancing combined with our newfound love of morning to night screen staring is taking a heavy biological toll on us all. With excessive light being the number 1 enemy of melatonin, perhaps the most important causal perhaps the most important casualty of this epidemic is that we are shutting down our body's production of this critical chemical. A key to good mood and restful sleep, melatonin is a hormone manufactured by the pineal gland with levels in the blood peaking. Ooh, I'm getting tired of this. Let me have a sip. It's hard on the eye. A key to good mood and restful sleep, melatonin is a hormone manufactured by the pineal gland with levels in the blood peaking, peaking just before bedtime. A chemical superhero, melatonin, is known to prevent cancer, strengthen the immune system, slow down aging, and has been linked to helping prevent over 100 different diseases. Luckily, there is a very effective all-natural solution. Rutgers University researchers discovered that melatonin levels for meditation practitioners were boosted by an average of 98%, with many participants having increases of more than an incredible 300%. Incorporating meditation into your life can be your much needed biological rebalancing tool. Finito la musica. So, now, my eyes are going nuts because it was all white lights screen, hard to see the words, but we managed. So, what do you guys think? Feedback, please. Feedback. Did you guys enjoy it? Do you understand how important meditation is now? Any thoughts, guys? Have you enjoyed it? I hope you guys enjoyed it. So let me go to Naz, and she says, just wanted to thank you for being so helpful. Merci as komaketun. Oh, you speak Farsi, Naz, do you? Please share the link about meditation. God bless you. You're quite welcome. That was the article about the meditation. I'm going to share it down here for you guys to read it for yourselves, and I'm going to share the other link as well, the one that was talking about the importance of GABA and GABA neurotransmitters to deal with intrusive thoughts, and there it is. There are two links for you guys. I hope you will enjoy it. You guys must learn meditation and meditate.